down, stand do it, pass out.
Right, so I'm on my way now to pick up my brand new Cervelo R2. Absolutely chuffed to bits. I just got off the train. It's freezing cold. It's been snowing where I live and raining here, and I've just got to my destination, which is Swift Cycles. I'm very early. Give me time for a look around.
Headshot.
Right, so this isn't exactly what I had in mind for my first ride on my new Cervelo. There it is, if you can see it. Just picked it up today, and it's been snowing, sleet, rain, deep puddles from where snow's obviously melted. I've nearly been run off the bike 2 or 3 times. The wind is ridiculous. I'm freezing cold in normal clothes, and my gorgeous new bike is filthy. I'm exhausted, but I'm loving it. This thing is awesome. I haven't even tried it clipped in properly yet. I've got normal trainers on and the heavy stock wheels, but climbing was an absolute cinch. I think this thing is going to be fast when I've got it properly set up. So, what a great day. The guys at Swift Cycles are really nice, especially Yori, the guy that did the bike fit for me. Happy for me to film it as we were going along. And I've got a print out of all the statistics and the measurements, etc. So I can transfer those to my Specialized, which I'll be keeping on the trainer. 1 second. Yeah, fantastic day. The bike is just even more stunning than I hoped it would be. Even riding under these conditions, looks count for a lot for me as well. And I don't know how well it's coming across on this video, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll put some proper photos up in a bit. Yeah, can't recommend Swift Cycles highly enough. Really nice bunch of guys, great selection of bikes, very professional, really knew their stuff. I'm just coming past the snowman I think my kids made earlier. Look.
So, here he is, me R2. For obvious reasons, it's a Cervelo R2. Also, I've obviously got this Star Wars theme going through my family, which I'm now going to include bikes. We've got Obi the dog, Chewie the cat, and now R2 the bike. I'm actually also, one of the plans was to upgrade to an Ultegra Di2 at some stage, so he will be officially christened R2 Di2, which I think works pretty well. But I'm in love with this thing. I love it. As you can probably tell from my horrible conditions, sloppy, wet, icy ride home, I still was struggling to get the smile off my face. It just wants to go. The subtleties of differences in bikes, I expected to be really lost on me. You know, I'm not an ex-pro. I've not ridden that many bikes, but that was immediate. Every pedal push, boom, wants to go. And that was with the crappy stock Shimano wheel, excuse my language, which you'll notice I have changed. I gave him a bit of a wash. It's not a perfect wash. There's still a few little bits of grit and grime in there, which is bothering me, like you wouldn't believe. So I'm going to have to get an earbud or something down there in a moment. But gave him a bit of a clean. Changed the wheels to my Mavic Sirium Pro Exalift wheels, which I love anyway. They've come straight off my Specialized. And the weight difference, incidentally, I am a bit of a weight weenie, I'll give you that. I weighed it stock and it was 8.3 kilograms with the pedals and the bottle cage. Changed the wheels over, nothing else, just changed the wheels, and it's 7.6. So pretty significant saving there. And there's lots more that I will be looking to upgrade over a period of time. But as it is, it's still a fantastic bike. I mean, everything has gone into the frame, to be honest with you. They've put cost-saving components everywhere, but the frame is a work of genius as far as I'm concerned. It feels incredible. It's basically the R3 frame, but with a different fork. The fork is heavier, but it's an R3 frame. It's all UCI certified and just feels absolutely amazing. So I can't tell you how excited I am to get out in decent conditions and really put him through those paces. I'll run through very quickly what you get for your money. R3 frame, as I said. You get a Cervelo Royale Seta saddle, which is pretty ugly, I would imagine pretty heavy, but to be fair, it's been quite comfortable on my 9-kilometre ride home, and whilst doing the bike setup, didn't feel too bad at all. FSA SLK seat post, which is carbon, and actually really comfortable, and I wouldn't even be considering swapping that, other than the fact that I really do not like the big white graphics on the side. They're bothering me as well. Moving forward, we have 3T Arcs stem. Seems fine, don't know anything about it other than the fact that it is heavier than the Data stem that I have on the Specialized, so that'll probably be swapped over. Handlebars are 3T Ergonova, which again seem absolutely fine. In actual fact, seem really comfortable, mainly to do with the bar tape, which is lovely physique stuff, which felt really nice. But they've got quite a nice sort of flattening on the top, on the crossbar, which felt really comfortable when riding up on the tops. But again, I do know they are heavier than some Data Newtons that I've got in the shed, or even more so the carbon ones that I've got on my Specialized. So I might swap those over. We have Shimano 105 levers, Shimano 105 front derailleur, Shimano 105 rear derailleur. This apparently though is a bit of a weak spot. The FSA Gossamer chain set, I don't really know performance wise what I would, if there was any difference I would feel between that and a genuine Shimano 105 chain set. But I'm led to believe in terms of longevity they're a little bit soft, a little bit fragile. So if that is a case of a simple swap, I will put the 105 from my Shimano straight on there and swap that one out. It may not be a simple swap because I think this is a Cervelo's own this BB Right bottom bracket configuration. So I don't know if that's going to involve a little bit of jiggery pokery to put a new crankset in there, but we'll wait and see. I've got the Shimano Ultegra pedals, carbon Ultegra pedals, which are actually taking me a bit of time to get used to, probably just because they're new. But I'm used to my Time Espresso pedals, and clipping in and out is an absolute cinch. And these, I have a fear of getting caught out at a set of traffic lights because it's proving to be quite difficult to clip out of them at the moment. But I'm sure that will that'll work itself out. What else? And that's basically it as far as components go. Sorry if I've missed something. Oh, brakes. Again, FSA Gossamer brakes. Know nothing about them, but I do obviously have a full set of the Shimano 105 brakes on the Specialized, and as the Specialized is now going to be predominantly an indoor Zwifting bike, I don't really have a need for brakes at all, let alone decent brakes, so I will probably swap those out anyway, just so I've got the good or the better brakes on this bike. And that really is it in terms of components, but it's absolutely beautiful. Internal routing for the cabling is something new to me. I'm sure it's old news for most of you guys and girls, but I've not had a bike with internal cabling. We've got obviously a big stack of spacers on here at the moment where I've had the bike fit. I'm going to leave it there for a little while I make sure that the fit is right for me. Once I'm comfortable with it, I'll chop the fork post, maybe leave a 10 or a 5mm spacer at the top there, just so I've got a little bit of flexibility if my shape changes, or indeed I sell the bike. Not much more to say. Absolutely love it. I wish I could give you a more in-depth review on how it rides with the current setup and in decent conditions, but I'll definitely make another video about that. But I'll let you have a look around. It's if I describe the colour to you, it won't sell it, but it's a gorgeous kind of flat grey with these. I'll bring you closer. So it's this gorgeous flat grey with these kind of pearlescent orange tips to the fork, which you probably can't tell on the camera in this light, but there's a nice sparkle to them. It's really nice, and then that colour continues along the top tube there, which looks really good and obviously breaks up the grey. We've got the UCI sticker there. That's just the frame size, and apologies, you can see where I'm struggling to get some of the dirt out of these little nooks and crannies, and down there inside the cranks. That's it. One of the main appeals for me in terms of its aesthetics is that it's not plastered with slashes and stripes and zigzags and whatever. I had to take most of them off my Specialized because it was really bugging me. This is nice and simple. I like the font that Cervelo use on their own branding. It's nice and clear and straightforward. I love the colour combination, and I love the simplicity of the whole thing. So absolutely delighted. Incidentally, in terms of, as I mentioned about being a bit of a weight weenie, this is the extent to which I've gone with these titanium skewers, which weigh absolutely nothing. It's the old marginal gains philosophy, which I could just have one spoonful less of cereal in the morning to make that amount of difference in terms of overall weight. So there we go. There is R2. I look forward to doing a more comprehensive ride and review, as I said. If anyone's got any specific questions about anything that I haven't covered in this, any concerns they have about it, or anything they'd like to know which I might be able to answer, then stick it in the comments below. I'll either answer through the comments, or if we can compile a few questions, then maybe I'll do a separate video when I go on a proper ride, so that it's a useful resource. Because I tried to look up as much as I possibly could, and there are obviously a couple of magazine full-on tests. I always like to get end user owner reviews on these things, and there wasn't an awful lot to find on the internet, so I'd be happy to share as much information as I possibly can. But I will try and be subjective, but it's going to be difficult at the moment because I'm just completely infatuated by it, and haven't stopped smiling since first walking into Swift to get the setup done. And it was there positioned on a turbo trainer in the middle of this sort of glass box of a room, waiting for me to take the first pedal stroke on there, and I was completely smitten from that point onwards. I did actually, before I could start, I had to get some shoes, so I'll show you those. Now these were a really brave choice for me, so I'm usually quite restrained. All my kit is generally black, my shoes have always been black, but so these are quite a departure from my usual style, but I really like them, and they're really nice, they're really good. I went to, obviously, Swift to get the bike. They didn't have any of the ones that I was interested in, they didn't have in my size. So I went to Cycle Surgery, which is immediately next to Swift, and they had nothing. Then I wandered through Spitalfield Market, through the other side of Spitalfield Market in London, and there was an Evans Cycles. I'll be honest with you, I'm usually not the biggest fan of Evans Cycles, or certainly at the moment, because a simple purchase seems to take a very, very long time. But I got lucky on this occasion, very lucky in fact, in that these I've seen before on the internet, and the cheapest I've seen is about £150. I think it was anywhere between 150 and 190, and I got these for £90, so I was very pleased with that. They're quite light, they're not the lightest, but they're pretty light. Nice solid carbon sole, boa adjustment, and just really comfortable. And I just thought they were pretty cool. Like I say, this is a real sort of brave step for me to go for something this wild, but I really like them. And that's everything. I hope you're getting this as much as I am. I hope you're able to see the beauty of this thing in the way that I see it. I know it's all in the eye of the beholder, but oh my god. If I was boring my family before, I actually know I'm doing it now since bringing this home. I must be an absolute nightmare. I haven't shut up about it. But I will shut up now because I'm rambling, as I always do. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, any comments, questions, anything to do with the bike, pop it in the comment section below and I will do my best to get back to you or make another video. And I will make another video anyway, doing a road test, and hopefully I'll see you then. Ciao.